to be a game changer, to be the leader in your industry, it is important to be honest. And transparency is one of the key to having that mindset of propelling the change, of resilience, of persistence and commitment. I am in the field of coaching and consulting, and I really just want to share with you my experience with what is the trend, but most importantly, what is the key to being that game changer in this industry, that game changer in your niche, that game changer in your path. Let's just do a very quick check-in, and this is the most important part of being a game changer. It's that constant checking in with yourself. Ask ourselves today, how are we doing? Is it 1, very good, 2, a bit anxious, 3, nothing to complain, or 4, I need a reset. And there is no judgment here, because it's important for us to be honest about where we are today, how we're doing, so that we can create the path forward that is most aligned with who we are, where we are, how we are at the moment. To be a game changer, to be the leader in your industry, it is important to be honest. And transparency is one of the key to having that mindset of propelling the change, of resilience, of persistence and commitment. What comes to mind when you hear coaching or consulting? Like in the context that, I know we are living in a digital and global world now, so we have more perspective, but I'd love to know, do you have no idea what coaching or consulting is? Is it something that you'd love to be part of? Is it something that you believe that you need a lot of experience to be in, or it's something that you've already decided that it's not for you? I am here actually to just lift the veil of what coaching and consulting is. And I want to start with some key trends, and then I hope by the end, it is my intention that by the end of the conversation, it would help you make more informed decision if this is an industry you want to be part of, or if this is an industry that you want to be a leader in. So let's go into the opportunity in consultancy and coaching and where it all lies in. It is just in branding. So if you think about whether it's personal or business, right? The world of consulting and coaching is about helping people grow, regardless of what coaching or what consulting you are in. So whether you're a marketing consultant, you're a marketing coach, you're a life coach, you're a career coach, you're in ecosystem consulting, it is about helping people grow, right? Now, regardless of any industry, the key today is branding. So whether you are the one consulting or you're the one doing the consulting or surrendering that service, it is very crucial to keep in mind that branding is the key. And the most successful coaches and consultants may not necessarily be the most qualified in terms of credentials or experience, but the most accessible because of their branding. And I'll give you some example in the next page. So here's the thing. When you are focused on branding, people are focused on looking for you, not for the product that you sell. So if you think of, let's say, who are the thought leaders that you know today internationally, let's say Gary Vaynerchuk is one guy that's quite famous, Tony Robbins. Who are the people that you're reading now? Who are the people in personal development, business development that you're reading today? Think about, the books on your shelves, the podcasts that you listen to, the ebooks, the things that you're downloading. Who are the thought leaders that you're following today? And it doesn't matter what industry you're interested in. Maybe it's health and fitness, lifestyle, business, marketing, personal development, parenting, all of these people, right? The reason why you've resonated with them is what they have to say. You're not, people don't necessarily go and check people's experience or qualifications. People are really resonating with the brand, the message, the point that this person has to say, right? Of all the people in, let's say, real estate, why would you choose this particular person, this particular thought leader? And it all comes down to what this person have to say and what this person stands for. Think of Starbucks. When you go to Starbucks, you're not thinking, hey, I want coffee. The first thing that you will say is, oh, I'd love a Starbucks right now. Let me just go out, get a cup of Starbucks. You're not thinking I'm buying coffee. You're thinking I'm buying Starbucks, because Starbucks has already created this narrative with you that whenever you feel like you need a pick me up, you need a timeout, you need to reset, go Starbucks. Whether, of course, it can be Starbucks, Seattle's, whatever it is, but that's the brand. You're not just selling coffee. And that's why when you go to Starbucks, you're not looking at how much the cost of a drink is, but rather what that would bring you. So it doesn't matter which industry you're in. In coaching and consulting, whether you are the one rendering the service or whether you're the one advising your client, this is the key. You have to let people understand. You need to know what you're selling. You're not just selling any product. In business school, we learn a lot of theories, but in application, gone are the days when I can just go open a franchise of Jollibee, for example, and expect to succeed within certain amount of time. Today, people are more sophisticated. People have more options. You can't just have a Starbucks there, open your coffee next door and expect to make money. In the new normal, where everything is only a touch away, all the other option that you have, how do you differentiate yourself with every other product there? So it's so imperative for that branding piece. Again, it doesn't matter if you're the one rendering the service in coaching or you're the actual industry or the actual client, because at the end of the day, we are all about growth. So if I am coaching, let's say one of my clients is the top education consultant in the US. So when I am coaching her, I have to keep in mind what are her values, what are her message, is working with this particular project going to work for her brand or not? Is it aligned with her values or not? Otherwise, if you have nothing to stand for, what makes you different from everybody else in the market? What makes you now? What makes it attractive for your clients, for your followers, for your tribe, for the world, for the empire that you're building? What makes it attractive for them to stay with you or to choose you if what you have to say does not differ from everybody else? Now, let's go to another example here. Laptop or an Apple laptop. Is it just any computer? Is it any functioning computer that would attract you? Or when you buy an Apple, you also think, I'm buying an Apple, right? Oh, I need a new Mac. You don't think, oh, I need a new computer. You're thinking, oh, I need a new Mac. Or it can be, oh, my Mac is broken or my laptop is broken. Let me get a new Mac or what are the famous laptops here? Samsung, for example. So those are the things that you have to keep in mind. Sell not just your product, but your vision, what you stand for, what your values are, because these are the things that are what I call pandemic proof. These are the things that no economic disruption will take away from you, because whatever happens, people will always yearn to have you in their life, right? The same with health and fitness, the same with coffee, makeup, lifestyle brands, or any kind of brand. It is about how articulated you are in the message that you're sharing, in the vision that you're giving people, in the values that you are upholding. And another example here, toothpaste or Colgate. There will be people, of course, there will always be new brands coming out, but to go to the level of accessibility as Colgate, it takes time, because it takes time to build your tribe, to build your message. And going back to the earlier question, do you need a lot of experience to start coaching or consulting? The key there, the question there is, what are you coaching or consulting about? Because if the only thing that you're coaching or consulting about is what you already know, then you don't need a lot of experience, because your life is full of experience. And that includes, let's say, if you want to coach about self-worth or self-love or self-care, and your whole life has been about learning how to balance that in your life, then yes, you can be a coach as early as today, as early as tomorrow, because you have already lived that life. You've already have that experience. You've cultivated that experience where you learn how to practice that self-care. You want to share what that value is, what your unique perspective in that is, and you want to attract people that resonate with what you have to say and the values that you uphold. So the current demands in coaching and consulting will always be like now, the next 20 to 30 years from what I can see will always be about digital branding and digital marketing. So if you want to be part of this world, if you want to be the leader in this industry, you want to be a service provider in this industry, it will always be around digital marketing. Because again, we live in a digital world. This is a new normal, and every brand are upping their game in digital marketing. Because at the end of the day, with the new normal, you have to be in people's hands. For you to be remembered as a brand, you have to be always at the back of their minds. And this is why, let's say, the biggest brands, they are everywhere. You see them in your social media, they run ads because they want to keep reminding you, hey, I'm here. Unlike, let's say, 30 years ago, the way people did business, it's just one hardware store in one small city. So of course, everybody goes there. If someone thinks, oh, I need a hammer, let me go to that hardware store. That hardware store didn't need to have a name, didn't need to have a brand. But today, where everything is so accessible through the tip of our finger, then you have to really create that message of, if you need motivation, for example, go to this person. If you need health advice, go to this person. If you need real estate, go to this person. That immediately now creates that narrative. You become part of that person's world. So in this industry, it will always be around digital marketing. So anything from copywriting, SEO, copy editing, video, and you might think, hey, that's all the same, right? It's not. Let me tell you, a person who's an expert in e-commerce may not necessarily be very good in SEO. A person who's great in copy editing might not be great at, let's say, writing articles or editing articles or writing engaging content or storytelling. So there is always a place for you in this industry if you want it. All facets of who you are, whether it's your logical brain, your creative brain, your right left brain, you will always find a place in this industry, in coaching, in consulting, more so in the international market. And I really want to encourage you to think that big, because I started my consulting when I was here in high school. I was already doing consulting for some smaller companies. And then when I was in Taipei, I did a lot online. Then later in my early 20s, mid 20s, I was doing a lot in cross-cultural market penetration with, let's say, companies in Spain going to the East, companies in Hong Kong entering the US market. You know, it's a big game. Like today is the best day. Today is the best time in your life to dream bigger. The world is your oyster now. So don't limit yourself in thinking, who am I to think big? Then let me tell you, who are you not to dream big and bigger? And the more that you can pull from all aspects of your life. So I encourage you to think big, to think bigger, and to strive for excellence in what you believe in. There is really no need to rush if you know where you're going. It is all about mindset. It is of knowing what your purpose is. And in branding, in personal or business branding, it is about knowing what you stand for. So if you know what you stand for, if you know the vision you want to materialize, if you know the empire you're creating, there will be less chance of you suffering from what I call the comparisonitis of trying to be everybody else. If you know where you're going, you know who you are, you will be less likely feel the pressure of trying different things that seem to work for everybody else, because you have it in you to create the best path forward, and it is on you to discover that for yourself.